Well, I secured this 6 months during the summer down at Sunshine Holiday Camp in Hayling Island, and I got there, and I mean we started rehearsals, and I'm so green behind the ears, or wet behind the ears, isn't it? Yeah. Green behind the ears. Hang on. But I just kind of fell into it because I was so happy to be working, and there's like Peters and Dell, the double act, you know. I'm struggling to remember the names of a lot of the people there, but this whole entertainment cast, you know, there was a woman with her tits hanging out, you know, who just put glue little things on the end of her tits. I think when she wasn't on stage she'd do that. Lindy, I think her name was, and I couldn't believe it, you know, there's this woman with this fishnets thing on with all her frupnies hanging out, you know. And Peters and Dell, they were the camp comics, and it was just a whole bunch of entertainers just to keep the campers happy, you know, whatever they wanted. And it was really quite funny actually, because in the day you had to sort of be on the entertainment staff generally, you know. And the guy who took me on, Gordon Mitchell, who's the mayor of Hayling Island, or so he said, he said to me, "I don't know where to put you in the day, Ricky. I think I'll put you on sport." So I was quite happy with that. And then he said, "You're doing very well." He said, "But you're not taking up enough hours. I'm going to make you children's uncle." So I, at 15, become a children's uncle. There's these kids, you know, in there, my age. "All right, uncle." It was quite funny. And then, of course, there were the twins. Gorgeous. Absolutely, completely identical. Petite, gorgeous twins, Jean and Gloria. So we became friends, you know, and we said one night, why don't, you know, we try and do a couple of songs together. So we did. We sat and rehearsed up a couple of songs like Island of Dreams by the Springfields. I think that was probably the first song we ever did. And we tried it in the bar. And it just kind of worked, you know. It was a good looking little act, you know, because I had my sort of blonde hair in the quiff, gorgeous, and the twins with their jet black hair, you know, and completely identical. And there we were, and we went on there, and I had the sort of silver lame jacket on and stuff, and it was a glamorous little act all of a sudden. And so we built it, and by the time we left there, we were going down a storm in the bar, you know, and called ourselves the Highlights. And after that, you know, I said to the twins, "Well, I'll come up and live with you in Plumstead," you know. So I did, and we started then working all the northern clubs and some of the clubs in London as well. And we'd go out abroad. We'd go to Germany. We'd go to France and do the army bases and stuff like that. And I mean, you'd go 600 k's in a Volkswagen van with a snake charmer and you know, it was unbelievable. Who was it? There was one act that was with us called Stromboli and Sylvia, and she was the assistant, and he used to swallow this, swallow the pin, whatever it was, with a piece of cotton on it, you know, then cut himself open and pull it out of his stomach. And from that day to this, I never know how he did that. Blood and everything. We had snakes in the back, everything. He used to wear the turban, the lot, you know, and a compere, and you know, all this, unbeknown to me at the time, was great experience. I mean, this is great experience for what I was going to do, which I didn't know, but you know, learning the ropes, as it were, the hard way, busting a gut across Europe. But of course, you know, I'm 15 years old, 16 years old. Nothing matters. Just enjoy yourself, have a good time, which is what we did, and the act became, you know, reasonably successful.